My goodness. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to episode 40. We have reached the
My
40s.
God.
We have hit the 40s of the What the Sheep podcast, and tonight we will be discussing, and hopefully not getting too emotional, over episode 130 of Critical Role Campaign 2. Wow, this was a rough one. But before we dive into it, I do have a few announcements. Oh my gosh. I have announcements now. I have announcements to actually get through. We have a Discord server now. My channel, we do now have a Discord server for a bunch of stuff, it's just an all encompassing Discord server for my YouTube channel where we talk about Critical Role, talk about stuff I've made, that you guys have made, just a bunch of stuff. There's a pet channel, meme channel. There's so much stuff going on there. It's a great time.
Fun.
It's still a work in progress. It's still very new, but I'm excited to see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to join. You
I
what?
can't pin that comment, Nico.
Oh, you
Unfortunately,
can't.
you
Oh,
have
I
to
will.
do it now.
I will pin the message. Oh, that work? I don't know if that works.
Don't know.
Pin.
It's alright. We might just share it regularly.
Oh, there it is.
I know.
It took a second to.
Awesome.
Took a second to get there.
Yeah. It's really
Yes.
Cool. Check out Discord.
Yes, it's super fun. Lots of great people in there. And members, if you are a member of the channel, which is an expositor or the newly published archivist role, you do get access to, special cool little channels in there. As well as getting to participate in Member Mondays, which is a new thing we're going to be doing weekly, where I'll be playing some games with my members live on stream. And be sure to check out the announcements page in the Discord channel for more information on all of that stuff. Super excited to be doing all this. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. But besides memberships, you can also directly tip the channel or donate to the channel, whichever verbiage or whatever you want to use. I will no longer be using super chats. Instead, you can check out the Streamlabs link in the description of this video if you wish to support the channel that way. It's always an option. All of these, of course, are always optional. I appreciate all of you being here, nonetheless, and showing your support just in chat and hanging out. It's super fun to be here. So I think that's it for announcements. I haven't written anything down, and my dogs are now barking at me, so I must have missed something. There must have been something that I missed.
It's fine.
But I believe that's everything. There's more stuff in the announcements page on the Discord, so check out the announcements page on the Discord.
Yeah.
Be sure to do that. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this pretty heavy episode. But we can,
much stuff.
yeah, there was a lot. But we can start with something perhaps a bit more lighthearted in the gentleman and his sort of, the parent trap that he's found himself in, and his sort of internal thoughts about having to not only see Marion again, but also having to take care of families. They have a kid, there's the husband and stuff. And, as he told Jester, he does get into some, nefarious work, and it may not be the safest place to have families.
Yeah. I like seeing the gentleman who was like this super kind of cool, calm, collected, like essentially like a mob type character,
Yeah.
and just seeing him so put out or so nervous. And I think it was Ford said later in the episode, like, nervous is good. Like, it's good that he wasn't so cocky and self-sure of himself. Like, the fact that he was nervous meant that, he's showing a little bit of emotion, he's showing a little bit of character in that sense. But yeah, it was a really sweet conversation between him and Jester. I think it was nice to see that other side of him, even though he still is a criminal. Like, the Mighty Nine are criminals in their own way. He's maybe a little bit more on the grey scale of, morals.
Yeah.
But it's still nice to see him. Yeah, still nice to see him like have emotions like that, I guess, and
Yeah.
caring to the point where like he would send his workforce on vacation to make it safe for the families.
Mhm.
I thought that was
Yeah,
nice.
it's interesting because we all, well, I would assume that at least most of us like the gentleman. He's a cool
Yeah,
character,
good character. Yeah,
charming, Jester's dad, and all that stuff. But I feel like we've only seen the good sides of him. We haven't really seen
yeah,
his, like, when he has to really get dirty with his business, and when he's dealing with unsavory people. Like, we haven't seen like the darker side of him. I hope we
yeah.
don't. I like this image that we have of the
I
gentleman.
like his ignorance.
Yes, I will live in this ignorance
Yeah.
gladly. Yeah, as Leah said, dude had a gun. The man is
Yeah,
strapped. The
that
man.
was amazing. He has like a pistol.
Yeah.
Percy.
Yeah. This is all.
Man.
It all comes back to Percy. But it like you said, it is nice to see that even the gentleman is human, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the idea of him being like Matt saying he's normally a wet looking person, but like
yeah.
even now he's just sweating up a
Mm-hmm.
storm. Um yeah, I like the idea of this super powerful man being able to be so flustered and
Yeah.
caught off guard. It's a nice trope.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't go quite, I think, how we
Yeah.
maybe not even wanted, but suspected it was because we were like, Matt Mercer role playing by himself for an hour.
Yeah.
Um, I guess it makes sense that it didn't go that way.
Yeah. There was other
So
pressing things to get to, and
yeah,
I get
we got,
it,
we
but
got him role playing with himself as Yeza and the Gentleman. That was
yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah.
um, but it was still good. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Oh well.
I'm 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 happy with what we got.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sad we didn't. I feel the flirting happened off screen, like when Marion and the
Yeah.
gentleman went back up to his room to have their
Yeah.
conversation. So
That's interesting. I know, like, that's kind of how Matt was playing it, of like her taking the swig of the wine and then, walking
mm-hmm.
up, kind of a bit in control. I wonder, I'm not sure there was flirting because that dude left her. Like, if I was her,
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
yeah,
I get the whole kind of like, yeah, you loved each other or whatever, but that guy left her. I'm hoping
yeah,
she gives him a mouthful. Like,
yeah,
that's,
definitely.
uh, and then, sure, I'm sure they can patch things up for justice sake.
Mm-hmm. Or at least be civil.
Civil, yeah.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah.
But I'm sure because the way that Marion had talked about the gentleman made it seem like she was still longing for him, or hoping that one day
Yeah.
they'll be able to work things out. Um,
Yeah.
it's very much the gentleman who is just very apprehensive about the whole thing and just like, I don't know if I want this.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fling kind of a
Yeah.
guy. Or maybe
He's
the
kind of,
reason why he ran is because he was falling in love with her and he was afraid
yeah, I
of the
think that
commitment.
might be something like that. Or he just, I think, oh, yeah, he might have been too worried that his line of work was not
Yeah.
appropriate.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That as well.
But
I
no, it's
believe he
nice to
probably
see this
mentioned that
kid.
at some point.
Yeah. I think I just love that, like, it worked. Jester got her parents together. Campaign long goal was successful. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm glad that wasn't like a forgotten plot point. It actually happened under the
Yeah.
under the worst circumstances, but it happened.
Yeah. And I think shifting topics a little bit, since the cast have now canonically realized that Nugget is missing. Um,
Oh
Matt
god.
Matt Matt said something. Maybe it was Matt. I think it was Matt who specifically said Nugget is on an adventure right now, or someone said that Nugget is on an adventure, and I immediately was like, ooh, could that be like an animal one shot? Maybe like the what happened to Nugget, like the adventures of Nugget while Nugget was off doing
Oh
whatever,
my
and everyone role
goodness.
plays as a different animal. Like,
I
ooh,
I heard that as like that's what the parent tells the kid when like the dog's not
ah,
around anymore.
yeah,
Nugget's on an adventure. Um
could be that too.
But I forgot. I guess I forgot that Nugget was staying at the Branatos. I was thinking Nugget was at the Lavish Chateau, so it's
Yeah.
probably a bit safer.
Probably.
But if we need another reason to hate Trent more, it'd be that Trent kills dogs.
Oh,
So
I certainly hope not. Not
yeah,
Nugget.
Nugget's fine. I think Nugget's going to become one of those cool street dogs.
Yeah,
Um,
let's hope so. That's what we can hope for. Um, but what was interesting now, shifting to a bit of a darker tone, as then the rest of the episode sort of followed suit. Um, you know, they were talking about what do we do next? What do we do now? The idea, they decided to go to the Grove to make sure everything was okay there because of the visions that Caduceus was getting.
yeah,
Um, but some of the conversations that Marion and Jester had, and then Beth and Yeza had, the idea of like, and I really don't want to go. I don't want you to go. I want you to stay here. I want you to be safe. Don't sacrifice yourself. All these different sentiments, and then Jester herself saying like, we might not come back from this.
yeah.
Really just puts a weight on just everyone and on the story in general. Like there's just the
It's
threat of what
sad.
is to come is just so looming.
It was really sad. Like I
Yeah.
can't explain it any other way. Like the way they were describing how much they didn't want to do it, but how much they knew they had to, and just that they didn't think they were coming back. Like multiple times this episode, character
Yeah.
was saying, "I don't think we're coming back." It was like Caduceus and Caleb, and
Hmm.
like Beth last episode was saying that she didn't think they could like do it, and
Yeah.
man, like, yeah, I know. Sad feels like it's like, oh yeah, of course it's sad, Alana. No, but it was like really kind of, it was a downer, because yeah, they feel like they're not coming back, and Jester, yeah, telling her mum that I will come back, and essentially lying to her, like with the conversation she had with Ford later. That was huge for Jester to lie to her mother.
Yeah.
Um, if only to make her feel a bit better. But
Yeah. And I was kind of thinking with that, I feel like Marion is clever enough and insightful enough
oh
to know that Jester was probably lying for her own benefit. But
yeah,
Marion probably realizes that she just needed to hear Jester say that for her own sake. Even if she knows Jester is lying, she just needed to hear, just to have some kind of like a sliver of hope that Jester will be okay.
yeah,
Um, but that almost makes it even more heartbreaking that Marion knows that Jester is willing to do whatever
yeah.
it takes to save everyone,
Oh God.
and it's just her trying to come to that realization, or coming to terms with that. Definitely really sad.
I think like to a campaign one and the build up to the final fight in campaign one, it was a lot of like rallying and getting prepared and um, finding allies, and even though that felt like, oh, we might not win this, they were
Mhm.
still not necessarily positive, but they were still like, yeah, we have to do this, let's go team, sort of thing.
Yeah.
um I think with this one, because it's more like, it's less that they need to prepare and plan, it's like we've got a date, it's almost like we've got a date we need to get to, and we're just waiting for it to happen. 'Cause
Hmm.
I think they gave themselves their own little mini timeline to be like, okay, as long as we get there in a few days, we should be fine. But these past few days have been absolutely packed for the Mighty Nine. Like they've done so many things. They've been all around
Yeah.
the world essentially, and at each place, it's a bit like, this is the massive threat we're facing. They're just constantly reminding themselves of what's happening and what the threat is, and then facing other threats in the meantime, like in the fire plane and Trent. There hasn't been a second really until this episode, I think, in the Grove, where they could stop and be like, what are we doing? This is
Yeah.
like, this is it, sort of thing.
Hmm.
And I find it, like, I know we talk about it a lot, when's this campaign going to end, but it feels so real, this
Yeah.
threat, being the big threat of the campaign.
Yeah, because we had
And
oh, sorry, continue.
no, I was just gonna say we could see wrap ups happening after
Yeah,
this, but I it feels weird to think like you've destroyed the big bad evil of the campaign. Let's have another 20 episodes to wrap up everything
right,
else.
right.
Unless like Trent is going to be bigger than the Subnovum, which
Mhm.
you know I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, no, I think you're kind of right. Because we have talked before how we don't think this is going to be the last arc. You know,
Yeah,
there's more to come. But with all of this talk of like, you know, we might not come back from this. Like, this could be it for us. Or like with Beth specifically, like when this is over, I am done. And then even
yeah.
Caduceus later in the episode, he was like, when this is over, I am done. Like,
Like
this is really setting up to be the final
yeah,
big adventure for the party. Now, of course, it could take a very long, like tons and tons of episodes to fully wrap up,
yeah.
but we could be looking at the last, you know, major story arc of the campaign, and then
With like
as you
the party
said,
as a whole, at the very least.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and then there could be, you know, like a dozen or so epilogue episodes where they wrap up a few things, or they could just, you know, call it there, and then all of these extra things will be like one shots and stuff in the future.
I can't imagine the campaign ending without resolution to
Yeah,
the Cerberus Assembly.
yeah,
Like, I feel like it's been so set up for so
mm-hmm.
long that, whereas comparatively, the Somnovum and like the eyes of Nine and all that, that has been set up through the, but it's been very quiet. It's been
Yeah,
very slow build up. It would feel weird for that to be the cap of the campaign. Um, when there's like, yeah, the Cerberus Assembly, everything, the Cobalt Soul, Ukatoa, like all these things from early campaign that haven't had resolution yet. Um, like, yeah, I think it'd be really strange. I think it'd be so strange if they found a resolution to the Cerberus Assembly with half the party. Like, what if there's major character deaths in this arc? Like, how are you going to do the Cobalt Soul stuff if Bo dies in this arc?
yeah,
It's ah.
yeah. No,
Stressful. It's stressful.
it is stressful. It is
I'm so
stressful.
stressed.
That's why I'm wondering if Matt is going to be trying to tie in as many of
Yeah.
these loose ends as possible into this like final narrative, in case he doesn't want to do, you know, like a dozen or so
Yeah.
epilogue episodes to finish off all the loose ends and stuff. Because I mean, while we would love to see all of that, as far as, you know, because I feel like we're reaching like, you know, the climax and stuff, and
Yeah.
then once this final arc is over, it would feel kind of, I mean, maybe kind of like anticlimactic, or there wouldn't be as much weight to a bunch of all of these other, um
Yeah.
you know, sort of side quests, if you will, as before. But you know, what was interesting and what Liam had kind of, we'll be, side note, we'll probably be jumping a lot this episode. We don't usually
Oh
jump
yeah.
around. We don't usually jump
No,
around.
we're
Um,
normally pretty linear.
yeah, but this episode in particular, we'll probably be jumping around. Anyways, um, with all of this talk and stuff, Liam even said, you know, like, this is the final save before the boss battle. You know, make sure you're
Yeah.
getting all your stuff. But what was interesting, and what a lot of people in Twitch chat brought up, because, you know, there was a lot of, as always, there was a bunch of discourse in the Twitch chat. Nothing new there, where people were saying, "Oh, this episode's so boring. Oh, what the heck? Like, get on with it." But
Really?
yeah, what people were failing to realize was that episodes like this are so important for the
Yeah.
overall narrative, because this episode added so freaking much emotional weight to everything that the party is about to be doing. Like, if we didn't have, obviously,
Yeah.
you know, if we didn't have this episode, it would still be sad if the party failed, or if someone died, or any, you know, anything terrible happens. But because we got all of these side conversations, all of these very intimate, you know, exchanges happen, it just, it makes everything that much more
Yeah.
terrifying and stressful.
Oh yeah. I was thinking this episode, everyone had a moment. Like
Yeah.
it's rare in not rare in Critical Role, but it can be rare to have everyone have a specific moment. Probably Ford might not have had a bit of a moment, but he had a conversation with Jester, which was
Hmm.
pretty deep. He spoke about Vandrin, so he had some kind of aspect, but
Yeah.
for the most part, everyone had a scene or some kind of aspect where they were the focal character for a little bit of time, which is so special in D&D, especially with a party that size. But that's what made me think, like, oh, this is a really important episode. This is a
Yeah.
really meaningful episode because people are wrapping things up, people are saying goodbye to their families, people are getting their shit in order before they go to face, as you say,
Yeah.
yeah, the final save
Mm.
before the big fight. um it's not it's exciting, it's super cool, like this is an amazing episode.
Mhm.
I legitimately cried at probably like two parts, and then I'm just like, I'm so stressed, I don't know what's gonna happen. um
Yeah.
oh man. Oh, is it?
What
Yeah.
someone in chat uh Izanagi P4 in chat says that after the Chroma Conclave for, campaign 1, there was a 1 or 2 year gap or a time skip.
Mm.
That is actually interesting, and we had talked about that before, how it feels like this campaign will probably have a time skip at some point. So maybe that is a possibility of something that they might do. Once this is wrapped up, there could be, a decent time skip. And then, because
Yeah.
again, unless Tharizdun is tied into, like, no memes. I know we meme about Tharizdun a lot, but it really feels like Tharizdun is going to be same with Ruidus. It feels like, there's going to be some still major players to come for this campaign.
Yeah.
So while this might feel like a very climactic battle, and it will be, if they do succeed, we may get, a 1 or 2 year time skip, and then, the movements of Tharizdun that have been going on in the background might, come to fruition.
Yeah.
And then we'll have like our main final, story arc. But then the
Yeah.
only
I feel
issue
like,
with the time skip is, one, Bo's court
yeah.
thing, the court case for Xenoth is coming up in like a month or so, a couple months, something like that. So that would be a little finicky to.
Yeah. And I imagine as soon as this is done with the Summon Novum, Trent's going to be like, hey, Caleb, we need to talk.
Yeah,
Like,
that too. That
because he's
too.
already pushing on him right now. Uh,
Hmm.
ugh,
So if there
yeah.
is it's tricky. I feel like it's too early to call. Really, we'll have to
Yeah.
see. We'll have to see how the party
Yeah.
fares.
Once again, it's trust in Mercer.
Yeah,
That
pretty much. Because again, yeah,
you're right.
while if the party does succeed, while it might not be, the final arc, there may be more to come. If the party doesn't succeed,
Yeah.
then we have, a post-apocalyptic world for campaign 3 and stuff. But here's the other thing that I was thinking about, because of all of this. Oh my gosh, it was so sad every time it was brought up, because multiple characters said we probably aren't coming back from this, or we might not come back from
Yeah.
this, or this might be it. Like, what if that is the end of this campaign? Like, we get like a bittersweet ending where, in order for the party to save the world, they have to sacrifice themselves to stop the Somnovum from breaking into our plane or whatever.
Or worse, if they fail.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, true.
because D&D parties can fail. They can lose to the big bad. It's like
Yeah,
campaign 1, they could have died in hell, and that would be campaign over. Or yeah, Vecna could have killed them all, and it would have been campaign
yeah.
over. I think Matt said he had like an epilogue planned for if Vecna had won the fight.
Mhm.
Still, it would be such a down nap
Yeah, I got a lot of people
D&D.
yelling at me in chat. People didn't like that one.
We're not even, as you said before, we're not even memeing this. This is like a
Yeah,
legitimate
yeah.
thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you could go way harder.
Yeah, yeah. Don't test us. Don't test the angst.
Yeah.
You know.
Um
Am I getting banned again? I think chat's gonna ban me from.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, like we would be like, "Oh yes, let them all die." Like,
Yeah,
no, I'm
but like,
concerned.
but what's like kind of like what we've been saying before is like usually we're just memeing when we talk
Yeah,
about people dying, but like now it's it's like real. It's
now
real now.
this is like yeah, it's not a tinfoil hat theory. This is a theory.
Yeah,
Like
we haven't had a tinfoil hat segment in a while because it's just been, you know,
everything's legitimate. Oh, oh no. Yeah.
not looking forward to it. But where were we? Where are we chronologically in the
So
episode?
so
Pumats.
we had Pumat. Oh my god. I was terrified of them
Yeah.
going to Pumat because I was like,
Yep.
ooh, oh no, bad. Like, not that he would necessarily sell them out, but that because there was that shady guy in the store as well. Like, what was up with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was probably a nobody, but at the same time, it's like, why is
I
he
was
so
joking.
curious?
I was joking in the Discord that it was the Catergeist, just waiting to fire up
Oh.
Caduceus again.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Familiar territory. Yeah.
that's right, Jacob. I completely forgot about the Spice Girls.
Oh my gosh, that was wonderful. And Caduceus trying Ford's old Texan accent. Oh,
Wow,
that was something.
amazing.
That was something to behold.
How baby.
Oh my god, it was so good. It was so. But I was worried when, because even Laura was worried a bit too. Because when they were like, "Yeah, let's go shopping, let's go to Pumas," I was like, y'all are like probably close to being wanted by, the
Yeah,
Cerberus Assembly. It probably hasn't, become widespread yet. We don't even know if Trent has
true.
talked with Ludinus yet, but still, and Pumat is, a part of the Cerberus Assembly. He's an annex to
Mm.
one of them, all of them,
I
one of
think
them. I don't
I
know.
think so. I don't think it's been said. I think we just assume he is the annex
Yeah.
because I was looking it up. I was like, oh, it doesn't say on the wiki,
Mhm.
but I think the assumption is that he's an annex or he just works super closely with all
Yeah.
of us. Um, which
But
we've got fingers crossed that Ormond is a good guy. Um,
yeah, hopefully.
or better than Trent guy.
Yeah. That's. I mean, honestly, when it comes to Cerberus Assembly members, we got to take what we get. If they're better
Yeah,
than Trent and they're better than Ludinus, we'll take you.
low bar, very
Yeah,
low bar.
the bar. Yeah, Trent and Ludinus have set the bar very, very, very low. So I guess that's nice. So we're
Yeah,
hopeful.
but Pumat kind of like trying to keep up with the espionage was adorable, and
Yeah.
him being like also really like a real team player of being like, well, I can't sell these high level spells; it's restricted, but he did it anyway,
Hmm.
as if to say like, yeah, you guys are my buds.
Yeah.
Um, that was really good. Um, but yeah, so worried the entire time that they were about to be like sprung. Every time they
Hmm.
said quick trip, I'm like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure, quick trip to Pumat's.
Of course it will. Of course. But
Yeah,
what was interesting about this trip was, uh, Yasha learning a bit more about her armor,
yeah.
the Obon armor. Because I originally thought it was just, just some cool black armor that Oban had given her as just sort of like, a mantle for her status,
Mm.
within the Angel of Irons. I didn't realize that it had. Well, I mean, I guess it probably would have been safe to assume that there was some sinister, maybe not necessarily magic, but just a presence to
Aura.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
cursed. Yeah, it could have been
I don't think
cursed
it
as
was
well.
cursed, Leah. I think it was just yeah.
Mm.
I think it was probably like one of the like I don't think it was a vestige because I saw a lot of people in chat like, oh, it's a vestige. I think it's just like something that has been tainted
Yeah,
by Tharizdun.
yeah,
Um,
pretty much. So that was interesting.
I
Oh,
like I, li- I like that Pumat's like I know some people that might want to collect it. It's like no, who
yeah,
are these people? I need a list.
yeah,
That's not okay. Um,
yeah. And then
yeah,
yeah, 6,000, 6,000 for Cloud Kill. Is that like normal for like a normal
yeah,
price for high level
yeah.
spells?
Once the spells get higher, they get way expensive.
Dang.
Um,
It's
and
kind of how
also
it is
like
with like health potions too, because it's like, you know, the basic one is like 50 gold or whatever, so that's understandable. But then when
Yeah.
you get to like the tier 3 or tier 4 potions, it's like
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of gold.
And you got to think for a wizard too, a scroll is like adding that spell to their
True.
repertoire. Like
Yep. That is
it's
true.
not like a one use thing.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I often forget that because I'm like, because automatically I'm just like, what the heck? It's just let's just use it one time and it's burned up.
yeah.
I forget that wizards, you know, copy it over and then they have it. They
Yeah.
just have it.
Yeah. Wizards are a lot of maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'll just stick with sorcerer. I'll stick with sorcerer. I'll get my spells when I level up, and that's that. And there it
Yep.
is. Wizards are cool. I do enjoy playing divination wizards specifically.
Wizards get very cool spells.
Yeah.
Um, but they went to Pumat. They had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Super shady person. I saw a lot of people talk about, yeah, like Bo giving, like saying, move off to Darktoe. That was, did you see? That was actually Caduceus's idea.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
really quiet bit where he's like leaning over saying, like, we should redirect this person. I just can't do it. Like, it was really cute. He was saying, like, I don't know what to say. You should do it. Like, pointing to
Yeah.
Bo. And then she it in, like, oh, we're going to Darktoe. I thought that was really sweet. I kind of wish
Yeah.
Caduceus had done it, though. I thought that'd
Mm-hmm.
be hilarious. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
And then I think the rest of the shopping they did, they got a chalice,
Yep.
and I
And
believe was that the only real big thing of note?
did they get some
Diamonds.
more diamonds? Another, like, set of 300 diamonds? 300 gold
I
diamonds,
think
maybe?
they did because there was a little scene where Bo had given some diamonds to Caduceus. I believe there was.
It was shopping. I tuned out a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean that sometimes happens. That's how I feel in combat sometimes.
yeah.
Since I'm not the biggest fan of low stakes combat. Like when it's, you know, narrative driven combat, then it's more
Yeah.
exciting. But when it's just like, oh, you're fighting a pack of zombies, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. 150 gold worth of diamonds. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's something.
That's it.
Yeah,
That can be
we when did they contact you? Because I know Trent did message Caleb at the end of their little excursion.
fun. Yeah.
Hate that he's still doing that. Hate that he's doing that. And then Caleb's sassy, snarky
Yeah.
remark, like, stay in your own
He's always,
lane.
he's always got to be a smart ass. Like,
Yeah.
he's always got to, like, I love that about Caleb, and like Liam is like, he's very poetic when he speaks. Sometimes
Yeah.
I kind of wish he'd just be like, all right, here's the facts, but it's
Yeah.
not the characters. So, but yeah, it's just like, dude, just give him a straight answer. That's all he's asking for. But, you know, fuck Trent, so
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't get a straight answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We hate Trent. Hate Trent in this household. For sure.
yeah. But it started it started so well with the idea to contact Yusa, because like they're all laughing about it, like, oh shit, yeah, Yusa, oh no, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Went so bad. Went
Oh
so
my
bad.
god. I had to like rewatch it a couple times because I wanted to see like everyone's reaction to it. Fully. That was not what I was expecting
That was
at all.
unexpected.
At all. Because I just thought he was gonna be, because when Matt started with like immediately you hear
Yeah.
something, I was like, oh, he's probably like super pissed off and he's gonna go off on Jester. But then he was like, you hear voices. And I was like, no.
Oh my god.
No way. Like, what does this mean now? Like, is he lost to the city? Because it's his consciousness. He's not
Yeah, it's
like,
his soul,
yeah,
essentially. But
which
does
is
that
probably
mean
worse.
has his tether been broken? Because then he's dead. And he's
Yeah.
gone.
I
think Yusa's dead.
He might be.
But here's the thing though, the fact that she reached out specifically to Yusa, no, she still made connection with the entire city. He's been assimilated.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be any way to save him, which means we probably won't won't see Yusa break out into his gold dragon form. What I was hoping for.
Fucking Yusa. His whole thing was like, I'm not going to go up north with you because there'd be too many
True.
dangers to tempt a wizard such as I.
Yep.
And then immediately astral projects himself to the place where he gets like sucked into the city.
Classic.
He's the dumbest wizard.
Well done. You did it, Yusa.
Yeah, he's worse than the Mighty Nein when it comes to like going places and touching things he shouldn't.
Yeah. Let me see that. Let me see that character sheet, Matt. Let me see that low wisdom score for Yusa. Let me see that 20 intelligence, 6 wisdom. Let's see it.
It's bad. It's like I I think because like we got so much Allura in the first campaign, like damn, Allura's like she's got it going on. She's like she's the voice of reason you go to. I think we're like, oh, Yusa, powerful wizard. Let's let's get behind this guy. What an idiot. What an absolute fool.
Yeah.
How dare he make us think
he even almost got messed up in the Happy Fun Ball. He needed to be rescued.
Exactly.
Oh.
He's like, he's a stuffy wizard that's lived in his tower for too long, and then first sign of like,
my gosh,
oh, here's something new. He's like, oh, I'm gonna jump head first in with no safety rope.
We love a powerful dumbass.
Yeah.
Perfect for the Mighty Nein.
Yusa is an idiot.
Yep.
But damn, that's still sad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more angry than sad, but I am still sad.
I'm more like, I was more like terrified than sad, because we see Yusa as this very powerful being, and we don't know what happens, but seeing that even Yusa is able to fall prey to whatever the Somnobum are is like, oh dearie me.
I think it's like reading the book almost, in that like it just causes you to lose focus and to be drawn into it. This super persuasive, mind controlling city. Not even mind controlling necessarily, but just able to take control of the mind. That made sense in my head. This super powerful city with influence. The fact that it like grabbed Lucian's attention back when he first read the book, but he still maintained some kind of air of, I don't really know what this is, but I'm still going to follow it, but they all seem kind of messed up to me. Attitude towards the city is really interesting. It's just this super persuasive, invasive entity that pulls people in, and it's literally pulled Yusa in. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Yeah, it is very worrisome. Very, very worrisome.
Yeah.
100%. But shifting topics a little bit, once the party decided to finally depart, they had talked maybe of like staying the night, but Caleb at some point in this episode, it might have been around this time, was like, we just need to go. Like, we can't be putting this off anymore. Time is of the essence, and especially with Yusa being gone now, it's very clear that they need to get moving. We got a nice
figure out the spells as well. You can't be teleported twice in a day.
True. But we did get a nice, interesting conversation between Veth and Caduceus, where Veth sort of went to Caduceus for advice about wanting to stay, like now, not go to the Grove with the rest of the party. So it's interesting because I believe in this conversation we started to learn that Caduceus was wanting to be done as well. Which I think he kind of hinted at in the past, but Caduceus in this episode made it very clear that he doesn't want to be doing this anymore. This is way too deep for him. but he knows that he
Yeah.
has to see it through now. It's his duty to the Wild Mother.
Mm.
So it was, again, just sort of rehashing what we've already said. It just, all of this emotional weight just keeps piling on.
Yeah. And I think Veth too, or like Sam and Veth, um, I thought it was really interesting they went to Caduceus because I don't think Veth wants to be told that it's okay for her to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because she gets that a lot from Yeza, like, it's fine, like, go do this, you need to do it. I think she really, obviously, she really wants to stay.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to be told it's just okay to go. I think she wants to be informed of like the reason of why she has to go.
Yeah.
And so I think she went to Caduceus because Caduceus is very much about, like, we have to do this. This is
Mm-hmm.
like almost like our moral
Yeah.
responsibility to do this. But I think it was really interesting, yeah, that he was like, no, I don't want to do this really either. Um, but we have to. And he was also not even saying like, you have to do this, Feth. He was like, you could stay.
Yeah.
But you know, I thought it was sweet how he said like, I do need you with me,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't get many kind of quiet Caduceus Veth moments of, you know, needing each other, I guess. But
Yeah.
I think just in the sense of I need the whole family there, because I think anytime specifically too when Caduceus is near his family, he does seem really young. He does
Mm-hmm.
seem like a kid almost a bit.
Yeah. It
So
definitely feels that way.
I thought that was really, yeah, great that she went to Caduceus. She got that kind of answer, maybe that she wasn't expecting, but it did kind of help her make the decision of, okay, well, I do have a bit of a responsibility, not to save the world, but I have a bit of a responsibility to this group to,
Mm-hmm.
see it through, which has always been the thing in the back of my head too. Like, I get it. It's been so rough the past couple of weeks for the Mighty Nine, and I 100% understand why she wants to stay with her family. I just feel like a bit of a kick of like her saying, "This is it. I'm done after this." Like the idea that she's not going to help Caleb with the Surprise Assembly or anything like that feels weird to me. I guess I
Mm-hmm.
don't know because I feel like it's always been her saying, I'm with you, like I will do
Yeah.
what needs to be done for you." Um, so it is that kind of, you know, however you want to see it. If she's a mother with a family, if she's going to prioritize that family over Caleb, it's like, oh, I don't know if my heart can take it.
I
Like,
know.
I don't think Caleb can take it.
Probably
Uh,
not.
um, he'd probably be like, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I understand, go, but at the same time, it's like,
Oh.
girl, you kind of promised him you'd help him.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm really a bit conflicted with Beth leaving.
Mm-hmm.
um, as is Beth.
Yeah. As you know, these past couple episodes, it's been like a roller coaster of what she wants to do and what people have been telling her. But oh gosh,
Yeah.
it all just comes down, like what's gonna happen. And now, and Beth gave Yeza a 2 week timetable. 2 weeks, I'll be back. Well, I guess we'll see. I
Yeah.
guess we'll see. 2 weeks,
Oh.
depending on what happens. Could be too much time or too little time. We have no idea.
I think it's gonna be quick. I don't see them spending 2 weeks on this thing. I see them
Yeah.
getting there and it happening.
Oh gosh.
Um,
Like imagine the campaign ends in 10 episodes. Like if this is the last arc. God. It's not. It's not going to end in 10 episodes. It's not.
I can see. Yeah, I think 2 weeks in game time could be like multiple episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's gonna be like a little bit, because I mean they've got a teleport there, which is
Yeah.
messy enough as it is. They might get so far off track with their
True.
teleportation. They're not even thinking of this.
Oh,
Then
then
they've got to
Geladon
get to
comes
A.
back.
They've got to
Oh god.
get to Aor. They've got to find their way through Aor. Like it's a
Yeah.
massive city. They've got to catch up with the Tomb Takers. There's got to be some kind of conflict with the Tomb Takers. Then there's all the shit with the city. Like
Mhm.
that's not all happening next episode.
Definitely not.
Like there's a lot to. Ooh.
Yeah. But it was sad, but again also kind of nice, and just again the idea of adding emotional weight. It was nice seeing least most people saying their goodbyes. Um,
It was
Vecta.
nice. I was really sad.
Yeah, really sad. But what was
I get you.
quite sad was that Jester didn't really get to say goodbye. She had that conversation with Marion
Yeah,
about what she's
before
going to
they
do,
all left.
but
She
she never actually said goodbye to either the gentleman or Marion since they were off,
did she
having their conversation.
yeah. She went up and kind of peeked, didn't she, in the doorway or
I don't think she peeked in, but she stood at the threshold, I
yeah.
believe, and sort of put her hand on the door, but then didn't go in. So
Oh no, she
that was kind of sad. I was like, oh, Jester, interrupt him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's rough. But jumping towards more with Jester, her
Mhm.
conversation with Ford I thought was lovely.
Yes.
Um,
Hmm.
because we had Ford being like the absolute kind of heart of the group
Oh,
again, of
it
just
was
saying
so.
like,
We needed that. We needed that scene.
yeah,
We needed
we just had
hope. We needed a
negativity.
spark of hope. Everyone was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, this is it. We're gonna die," but then Ford's like, "We'll make it. I will see
Ford is that
Vandarin."
bright spark of hope,
Yeah.
and it's gonna really suck when he dies.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Mm-hmm. You heard it here first.
uh, but no, it was sweet, and I love because I think for Ford it's very much just like, yeah, this is it, we're gonna do it. This is a task, like we're gonna get in there, get it done, kind of thing.
Mm.
And I think he believes that. Like I think he's
Yeah.
very much an optimist in that sense. Um, but he's such a good boyfriend. Very
I
supportive.
agree. Yeah.
Uh, I love that she offered to contact Vandrin and his
Mm-hmm.
response to that. I do hope, like it'd actually be okay. I think if we never got to see Ford meet Vandrin, I think
Yeah.
as long as it kind of happens, I think it'd
Mm-hmm.
be okay. Um, it'd be great to see Travis roleplay because I love Travis roleplaying
Mm-hmm.
whenever. But yeah, I just liked his attitude in that scene because it was very heavy this episode of, oh God, everyone's saying goodbye because they think they're gonna die.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we'll be fine, we'll be back. Like, yeah. Like not downplaying the seriousness of it, him
Mm-hmm.
saying you'll be fine, we'll be back. He understands that it's dangerous and it's gonna be hard, but he's
Yeah.
confident that they can do it. So
But now
that was
what?
good. That was needed.
Yeah. But now I wonder if Ford truly believes what he was saying, or if he recognizes that he
Oh,
has to be that rock for the group, that beacon of light. Guess we'll
again,
see.
those beacons are often the martyrs.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
He's the Phil Coulson of the
yeah,
Avengers.
yeah. Oh God, I'm already imagining too many angsty Ford death scenes in my head of how so many different things could play out.
So
Not
like we joke a lot about like Caleb going evil or like someone dying. I don't think I can joke about I know
I
I did
know,
just a little while ago, but
I
that
know.
would be oh, I don't know. I'm struggling
I
to
don't
joke
want it.
about Ford dying.
I don't want it. Let's take a break from thinking about people dying.
So realistic, that's why.
I know. I know. Let's let's take a break from the angst and look at some
No.
angsty art. How about?
Oh god.
How about instead?
This won't
Instead
make
of
anyone feel better.
yeah, this no wholesome art this week, unfortunately. We only got we only got the heavy stuff. Starting with Alana's pick for fan
Oh,
art as I transition over by
oh my
at
goodness.
Cercinality on Twitter.
Yes.
We have the city. I believe that is the city.
That is
Probably
the sea breaking through.
breaking
Actually.
through the barrier. This is the darkest timeline. This is the timeline where they lose,
Oh
and
yeah. We've
things don't go their
yeah,
way.
we've shared some of Personality's art before and
Yes.
it's so dark, but it's so good. Um
Mm-hmm.
oh, I just love this visual of this crawl it looks like it's crawling, like this crawling city just breaking its way through
Yeah.
into Isocos, and the mighty Nine down there ready to
Oh,
face it.
this is the sacrifice scene. This is where they sacrifice themselves to stop the Somnovum from fully breaking through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just a really cool visual.
Mm-hmm. And it's very, you know, minimal in color variety, which
Yeah.
just accents the red that sort of pokes through even more, and how it looks distorted, like it looks unnatural,
Yeah.
like this thing truly is of a
And
unknown
yeah,
origin.
I'm not going to imply anything on Sirz's art, but I mean that's how I would imagine Thara's Dune, that big black hole
True.
in the center.
Yeah. That looks like a like a void.
That is
Yeah.
my interpretation of this art. But no,
Yeah.
it's a really cool. Go check out their Twitter. They've got a ton of really cool art of the city, and yeah, it's good stuff.
Then switching over to my not much better. Not much better on the angsty scale art by at infected jelly on
I saw
Twitter.
that. I
Yeah.
almost picked that one too.
Yeah. We have Yusa succumbing to the Somnovum, to the screaming voices of the city. Our resident gold dragon falling prey. Oh,
That the hands. Oh, that.
yeah.
Oh, I just got a shiver. 'Cause
Yeah, the
that's like,
hands reaching out, pulling him to the city.
man,
That's a mighty nope from me.
mighty nope.
That's the yep. No thanks. I don't want
What a
anywhere near this city.
dumb, dumb dragon.
You fool. You complete
you,
fool.
you fucking idiot.
It's literally it's
Yeah.
what have you gotten
Oh
yourself
god.
into, Yusa? So I mean hopefully they can save him, but at the same time I'm not hopeful. I feel like Yusa might just be gone.
It's easier to be mad at him than it is to be scared for him.
Yeah. It's true. Like you could have avoided this, Yusa, if you just didn't let your curiosity get the better of you. It's okay.
Mary Lockwood. Yeah, it reminds me of the black arms from Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. The kind of
Ooh,
the reachy hands. The little hands reaching
good
everywhere.
pull.
Yeah. Good call out.
Ah, but I guess now we can touch on something a bit more wholesome, and that is seeing Caduceus' family again,
Oh yeah.
and seeing his the interactions that he has with Calliope and Clarabelle, and Constance and Cornelius
And Corin.
and Corin and Colton.
Colton wasn't there.
Colton
Colton
wasn't
wasn't
there.
there. Yeah. Yeah. It's so nice. I like his family. I like
Mm-hmm.
that his dad's just walking around and he's just got a tea already ready.
Yeah.
And I think Talos' reaction was like, yes, this is right. This is
Mm-hmm.
correct. Um, but yeah, his family's really kind of they're a bit bumpkiny, but like
Yeah. Oh, they're
they are
wonderful.
really
They're
they're
like the
sweet, yeah.
wholesome version of the Adams family, almost.
Yeah, they're cottagecore Adams family.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, as Backboop
uh,
says, the description of the grove, how it's healing, and like how the crystals, form these trees and
so
stuff is
cool.
super, super cool.
Did it
Really
say?
cool.
Did Matt describe that it was like um spreading out? That the healing was like
I
repairing, or was
think
it more
so.
protecting?
Oh,
I have
hmm.
I have to rewatch it because
Yeah,
I
I
can't
can't
remember
remember if it was a
it was
spreading or if it
like
was more like a
if it
barrier.
stopped the spread or if it was actually fighting against the spread.
Hmm.
Um, which would be interesting because they started to talk a little bit about like the corruption at Malazmir.
Yeah.
I'm probably pronouncing wrong. Um, much to like, I was like, oh god, they're going to go somewhere. I was like, they're going to start teleporting to Malazmir. Um, but I thought that was interesting. The conversation of like the corrupted forest there, the corrupted forest in the ruin they
Hmm.
found, what's happening here. It was nice to finally see that kind of connection be made.
Yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't bode well, I think, for like the idea that it's all still connected to Aor and the city, and like maybe if they defeat the Subnovum, it might like maybe this rot, this corruption is still linked and is still living because the city's still around.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
That was an
Exciting.
interesting connection. Malaya Smear and the corruption there, and then the corruption that was found in Aor and all of that stuff. I was
Yeah.
wondering if Matt was trying to set up like another mini arc where they find more
God.
information in the ruins of Malaya Smear, but Matt sort of
Yeah.
shut that down rather quickly with Caduceus' commune, saying that you probably won't find anything more valuable and helpful there than you would anywhere else that might have something like that.
Yeah. Because I don't want to do spoilers for the Wildmount guide, but Melasmere has like some description and like I was just trying to
Hmm.
find it now. I wasn't going to bring it up, but like there is uh some description of what happened at this place.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, I was just looking at it, but yeah, it's nice that it's just got brought up. So yeah, Invaders Zim, do all the side quests. No, that was stressing me out. I was like, guys, can we focus
Yeah,
for a second? Can we
yeah.
please?
And I think,
Zoom takers are like there. Can we
yeah,
go?
I think it was probably around this point where Caleb was like, "Yeah, we just gotta rip the band-aid
No,
off.
yeah,
Go.
we can't keep procrastinating.
Hmm. We just gotta stop. Stop."
To be fair, the most recent procrastination was out of necessity. They were escaping Trent,
True.
but it
That's
was still
true.
like a massive
It
time
was
dump.
procrastinating with meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Is what it was. Procrastinating with purpose.
Yes.
That's the best way to do it. Um, but then we got a nice little scene. Well, we saw a more frustrated side of Caduceus this episode. When he
Yeah.
stormed out of the conversation that was happening,
Yeah.
and then we got the scene with Calliope and Caduceus and his sort of more intense commune that he had
Mm,
with the Wild Mother,
mm,
who more or less confirmed what we had thought, but seeing the Wild Mother, show it in this way, like this Somnovum, this city, means the end of all living
life.
things,
Yeah.
all life, me, everything. It's gone,
Yeah.
snuffed out. So,
It's kind of yeah, that's kind of that push of yeah, this is the path. This is what you have to do.
mhm.
Which I think he knew already, but it was just
Yeah,
driving home the point. I want to talk a bit about his conversation with his sister,
yeah,
um, because I thought that might have been like one of my favorite moments of the episode.
mhm,
Um, and like I don't really have a main favorite of the Mighty Nine. Like I really like
mhm.
Caleb, and I really like Ford, but I think this might have pushed Caduceus as my favorite character
Oh,
this
okay.
conversation. Um, I loved him talking about when he was home by himself and how he didn't want to be this hero. And I know like the reluctant hero is a common trope in storytelling, but the way he was talking about it and the way he was talking to his sister about like how it should have been you, and her response of yes
Yeah,
was so good
mhm,
because the cliche thing would be like, no, it's fine, brother.
yeah,
Like it's I understand. But that dynamic, that kind of foil in their relationship, I guess, was outstanding, I thought.
yeah,
I loved how it played out. I loved like it was more than just reluctant hero. It was like I'm being forced to do this almost. Like everyone left. I got put
mhm,
into this situation. Um, I'm doing it because I know I have to, and the Wild Mother wants me to, but I really don't want to. And it kind of makes me feel just so crappy for Caduceus the entire time because he's had a bad go of it. We joke about a lot like Caduceus' very bad day, but it seems like most places they've gone, Caduceus has had just a shit time of it. Like
yeah,
Rumblecus was really bad for him when he first met them in the Lucid, like the 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 sailing arc was kind of bad for him. He drowned a
mhm,
few times,
yeah,
but it was just yeah, it was so good to see him share, I guess, some aspect
mhm,
of how he was feeling because he often shares what he's thinking and it's often wise and that, but anytime he shared what he's feeling, it's pretty low stakes. It's
mhm,
like I feel like this was like a really good insight into his actual emotions and feelings of himself as a character. Um,
yeah,
not as a character, as a person.
mhm.
Um, Yeah, no, it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I was like, oh damn, I love Caduceus so much.
Yeah, no,
Um,
this was a wonderful conversation, and in this one, he was telling Calliope that he's probably not coming back, and to remember him, and to protect the Grove, and to continue,
yeah,
his mission. Um,
yeah,
and Calliope recognizing that this might be the last time that we're able to have this kind of a heart to heart and maybe see each other in this sort of way. Again, it's just harking back to that emotional weight being
yeah.
added.
What I'm not sure of is like, and I understand why they probably didn't, but they've been going around asking people to help them and join them and all this
Hmm.
other stuff. I'm interested why he like didn't ask any of his family members to help. Like I can understand why, because it's like their family, he wants to keep them safe, but presumably they've got some ability. They just might not be high level enough to
Hmm.
help out, but presumably they could be useful if they wanted to come with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because I
they
think is
probably
Calliope
could.
like paladin maybe or something equivalent?
Calliope, are you saying?
Yeah, I always saw her as like a paladin of the Wild Mother.
Yeah, that could be a
I
possibility.
don't know.
I
It
was
might
also
not be
thinking
like
maybe if they were doing this like a Path of the Zealot barbarian, maybe she feels that like that kind of a
yeah,
persona. Maybe she's a
yeah.
paladin.
But yeah, it might just be like realistically not high enough level for this kind of fight. But
Hmm.
um, I thought that was interesting. Like you've got literally this small little family unit of Wild Mother fighters and like
Yeah,
clerics and
hmm.
what have you. Um,
Little wild army.
little wild army. But yeah, I don't know. That was just a really good scene, and then yeah, it led into his vision of the Wild Mother and him kind of returning and talking to the Mighty Nein.
Hmm. And what's
Yeah.
interesting is I've seen a few people start to talk about it in chat is the dreams that
Mm.
Deuces has had before they met
Yeah.
him and the party.
What the hell, man?
The eyes, the butterflies. What the?
What
That
the
would
hell, man?
that feels pretty relevant.
Yeah. You don't didn't feel like sharing with the class? Like,
Hmm.
man.
But then again, he even said himself he didn't really think about it until
Yeah.
now.
He thought it had kind of fulfilled itself when he met the
Yeah.
Nine, and then yeah. I'm
Hmm.
I'm wondering if that was like if that did actually happen when Tal made the character, or if it's something that
Hmm.
Matt has added in since instead.
Hmm.
Because if it is, god damn it, Matthew Mercer,
Yeah.
like how long have you had this prepared?
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it. Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. As Adam said, he was wrong. It was an omen. Sort of thinking about how like he thought it was the Mighty Nine. That was the symbolism for the dream, and then that was it. But now he's finally connecting the dots and realizing that it goes far deeper, far deeper
yeah,
than that.
no, it was good. Yeah, I was just really keen to get some like Caduceus centric
Yeah.
moments, and like especially with his family. Like we got to see him actually interact with them a bit more, and yeah,
Hmm.
no,
A lot of nice pleasant moments before all of the just pressing stuff, especially with
yeah. It kind of went like there was a little kick up of positivity at the end
yeah
of the episode.
yeah
I'd
yeah
say probably the Caleb Bow things weren't great.
yeah. The possibility of losing Frumpkin. Caleb was like, yeah, I mean, after this, I'll set you free. You'll be free to go.
I I was live tweeting as that was happening, and I was like, "Oh, it sounds like he's gonna release Frumpkin," and
Yeah.
then it was like the actual. I was like, "Oh, oh no!" I was
Wait.
I was kind of joking, like
Yeah.
like um I that's interesting to me because one, it seems like again he did mention like, "Oh, I might not even come back," in which case you'd be free anyway. Um,
Hmm.
but it feels like yeah, he's closing off that chapter of his life. I don't want to like I don't want to theorize or, presume to know what's going to happen. But I feel like if he does release Frumpkin, Frumpkin's just going to stick around anyway. Like,
Yeah, I could see
I feel
that,
like
actually.
that would be I think a gift to Caleb from Matt to be like,
Hmm.
even though you like, he's not bound to you anymore. This is a creature. This is something that wants to stay with you because everyone
Hmm.
else is leaving you. Like,
I was
uh,
waiting for Frumpkin to like actually speak to Caleb in that moment.
that was
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
that'd
That's
be
what I was
so
hoping
anime.
to happen.
Um, but yeah, that was really sad. I thought I was terrified it was happening then. Like,
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna
like I
like,
don't want to bring you into this place.
oh yeah, um, that would have been that would have been worse, obviously, if it had just been
Yeah,
sprung on us. But yeah, the
because I wonder, like, what if like Frumpkin like dies in like a battle with the Somnovum or whatever, but like actually dies, not just like poofs and can be
yeah.
resummoned, but like because it's a fake creature, what if its essence was just like
Mm.
sucked into it and we actually lost Frumpkin?
I I remember thinking that was going to happen when they were in the Astral Dreadnought,
Mm.
and he sent
Hmm.
Frumpkin up to the teleportation circle. I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
what if this kills Frumpkin? Like, straight up, just kills the cat.
Oh
Um,
no.
that's a possibility, honestly. I think anything goes with this city.
Yeah.
Oh,
Looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping by, Catfisher. Hope you have a good day at
and
work.
the day after my cat video too. Like, come
Ah,
on,
yes.
Liam, how dare you,
Excellent. Excellent
man?
video.
Um, no, that was really sad. And yeah, like in the Discord chat, it was like reminiscent of Butterfree being set free in
Oh yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh my god. That's
Bye
amazing.
bye Butterfree.
Bye bye, Frumpkin. Oh no. That's
Yeah.
that's so sad.
Oh my
But
goodness.
even like a minor. Well, I mean, Frumpkin's a pretty major character, but like
Yeah.
a sub character like Frumpkin, possibly departing from the party. Even that is really emotional stuff.
Mm.
But we love our animal companions here.
But it was a sad talk as well too,
Yeah.
because he's like, because you're not my cat is dead. Like, it felt like Caleb doing that. He was disconnecting himself on purpose to avoid feeling sad about it a little bit, because he did say like, you're a good boy, like you've been with me, but you're not my cat. um
Mhm.
which is, yeah, that's just, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
he's your
Yeah,
cat
don't
still.
do it. Don't do this to us, Liam. What the
Yeah, it's
heck?
like the throwing the rock at the animal so that it runs away from you.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh no.
yeah, get
That's
out
so
of here.
sad. Ah.
I hate that trope so much. I cry whenever that
Yeah.
trope happens in
Yeah.
film or
Let's
TV.
cancel. Let's cancel
I
that
can't stand it.
trope. But then we got a humorous, almost potentially very terrible scene with Bo,
Yeah.
um, trying to reach out to someone or something that might be able to help them against the Somnovum, and accidentally ringed Lucian.
Yeah.
Gave him a
That's
ring.
I understand why she was reaching out to Ayun. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Ayun still being three eyes was probably not a great sign. Like,
Yeah, that imagery
it's,
already was like, oh no.
yeah, it's Matt's probably just like, perfect, yum.
Yeah, he's probably like already
I
thinking of
I
the clever
I can work with
lines.
this. Yeah. Um but no, that was a bit of a shock of her connecting, because I thought maybe she would just connect with the city,
Yeah, that's
but
what I was
actually
thinking.
hearing Lucian be able to speak to her
And I was like,
was
oh,
great.
okay.
And yeah, typical Bo being a dick about it.
Oh, that was so good. But then yeah, the oh man, like I was talking a little bit about this on my Discord. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. I was talking on the Discord with a few people about that scene in particular, and I was saying how like I kind of wanted her to fail the saving throw. I
Yes, and
kind of wanted that.
not even memeing. Like I did want it to happen
Yeah,
because
because
that would
even
be
even Matt's like setup line for it, like you can see with two eyes. Imagine how much better you can see with three. Like that is just such a killer line that was so good, but then it just got
and it would have been good because she was pushing into things
yeah,
that was dangerous that would have
yeah.
been an appropriate consequence for that, but goddamn fucking monks. That's
Yeah,
so
oh, they're
broken.
so OP.
They
Laura,
can
I think Laura's gonna be playing a monk
they
next
can do
campaign.
it like every with every key point they have.
Yeah,
Like I
and their key points equal their level. And then I think at is it like
don't
level 20? Is it
understand.
like level 20 or 19? Like they get them back after like a short rest? Or is it a short rest already?
It's already a short
Oh,
rest.
they get
Like,
something even crazier. I
I think
think at a higher level, like with getting key points back or something.
it just it's too much.
Yeah,
like
they're just
like fighters, for example, one of my favorite classes, fighters, they get indomitable at ninth level, which is you
mhm.
can re-roll a saving throw once a long rest. Like
Yeah,
that's one of their features.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then at 13th and at 17th they can do it again. I understand it's like a 14th level feature, Diamond Soul, but what?
Yeah.
Every key point to reroll a saving throw. Also proficiency in your saving throws.
My
They get
God.
with the Diamond Soul.
Monks are
Monks,
OP.
like
We'll see how
dude,
they
like
fare in
they're OP because they're broken. That is
yeah,
broken.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
They have so much cool stuff, but we'll see how they cuz I feel like I mean, I'm not too familiar with previous editions of D&D.
Yeah.
Um so I don't know if they were like less powerful in previous ones if people had complained and so for fifth edition they just, upped their
I
power level.
I
Um
don't know.
we'll see.
It's just what do they have that's lacking? Like they don't have
Hmm.
spells, fine. So
Hey,
do a
but then
lot
you
of
can
other,
go the four elements route
and then
to
you got
get.
spells, yeah.
And then you got
But
spells.
they've got good AC, they've got
Yep,
decent HP, they've got
yep,
excellent save. Oh my god.
yep. They have decent skill usage since wisdom, dexterity. Those are pretty good ones to
Freaking
have.
out about monks.
Yeah. This is now a monk podcast where we will be spending the next hour and a half talking about how crazy monks are.
Jada, can
Um.
you guys help me to understand what class one of my characters would be? Pick a monk, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Because
go
you just
monk.
go, yeah.
It'll never let you down.
But
And
seriously, Jada, jump into the Discord to the D&D chat
yeah,
and we can talk about characters.
yeah. Yeah, be sure to join the Discord for more, conversations like this that'll happen outside the podcast. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Um, but then yes, Bo was able to break that connection, which is still cool, but might annoy Lucian a bit more. But who
Yeah.
cares, man?
He seemed
Lucian's
pretty he seemed pretty cool and calm and
yeah,
collected.
a little bit in higher spirits than the last time
Yeah, it's quite
they
murderous the
encountered.
last time they saw
Yeah,
him.
yeah, it
Um,
wasn't too good. So that was too
yeah.
good. But then following all of these individual scenes, we already touched a little bit on the Jester Ford one. Obviously, super needed. Ford
Yeah.
being the beacon of light that we need. Um, and then we had Yasha as the
Oh,
final scene of the episode.
thank goodness.
Yeah.
We had something soul fulfilling towards
Mm-hmm.
the end. I
Mm-hmm.
think throughout the whole lead up at the Grove, whenever Matt was talking about the thunder and the rain, Sam kept turning to Ashley like, oh,
Yeah.
it's yours, it's you. Yeah, so I'm so glad they followed through with it. I think it was kind of an obvious setup to follow through with it.
Yeah.
But I love Yasha's praying. I love
Mm-hmm.
how open she is about not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Um, like eating the flower as well. Like it is
It's
like
so
I told
cute.
you not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought yeah, and it's almost so true to her as a zealot. Like she wants to support her god. She wants to
Yeah.
be zealous. Just doesn't know how at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought it was a great introduction. I can't wait to see the start of the next episode.
I know, leaving off of like, show me like what you can do, or show me what you are, show me what you've got.
Yes,
But
exactly.
I thought, because when the Stormlord was like, I am the storm, what are you? I thought she was going to be like, I am your lightning or something, or like, I am your thunder, your flash, or whatever.
I
But
thought she was going to say, I am a protector, or I am the protector,
mhm.
but I'm your champion.
Yeah,
I guess makes
I'm
sense.
your champion works just as well. But
Yeah.
what did he call her? He called her chain breaker,
Chainbreaker,
uh,
Unbound? Was Unbound one of them?
reborn,
Reborn,
um, like
Angel Reborn,
yeah,
I think it was.
yeah. There was like a vanquisher or something
We should
along the
have
lines of like a vanquisher.
written some of this down.
Yeah, I always think I'll remember.
Adam's
Redeemer.
got it.
Yes.
Yeah, Punisher and Redeemer. Ooh.
Punisher, yes. I was close with Vanquisher. I was kind of close. Um, yeah, Orphan Maker. But listen, this wouldn't be a What the Sheep podcast if we didn't bring up Tharizdun and Yasha being the chain breaker. Tharizdun chains. Yasha
Yeah.
is the opposite of Tharizdun. That means that
I'm gonna let you
uh
finish the
yeah, Yasha's gonna be the one that kills Tharizdun.
Yeah,
What's happening? That's what that
because
means.
she was metaphysically held down by chains, and her
Yep.
breaking them is what freed her from that influence of Oban, who was a puppet of Tharizdun.
It
Fast
reminds
forward.
me, people in chat saying Nice says Yasha has the most baddest nicknames, and then Adam listing off all of her names. It's now reminding me of Daenerys from Game of Thrones. That one scene, I think in season 7, when what's her name?
Sanji?
Miss Missandei, yeah, is introducing Daenerys to Jon Snow and just listing off all of the names. Yeah, it feels like Yasha is becoming
Daenerys
that.
of the House Targaryen, first of her name, the Unburned, Queen of the Andals in the First Man, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, Breaker of Chains, and Mother of Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, she's breaker of chains. She's close.
Breaker of
She's almost
Chains, yep.
there.
Yep.
Mother of Dragons. She could adopt Yusa if Yusa was still alive.
Oh,
Maybe. Yeah. Could happen.
It's. I still think. I think about Tharizdun a lot. I don't know if you know this. I think about Tharizdun a lot. And the idea that he's still waiting to break free, and he still needs these. What were they called again? Not the Thanes. Were they called Thanes? He needed the things broken to break free.
Oh gosh,
Broken
Lynn.
already.
Lynn, are you in chat?
Thanes? I
Is
know
Lynn
Thanes
here?
is like a type of leader.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't remember.
Fanes. Okay.
Bane.
Not Thanes. Thanes. Thank you,
Close.
Lucas. Yeah, like one has been broken already. There was one beneath the chantry which didn't
Yep.
break because they meant to stop it.
Correct.
I still think of like, what if he's like, he could just be breaking those and we might not realize. Like they completely forgot about that. They kind of, I think, left it up. Yeah, the shackles. They kind of left it up to be like, hey, someone else can deal with this now. Like Tharizdun's whole deal was to get cults to think they were something else.
Mhm.
Think there was something else. It could be the fucking Subnovan. Like who knows? I just think back. There was that scene when they're in the Underdark, that fire citadel, the fire giant citadel. The way that's described is like massive chains holding it aloft.
Mhm.
I always think back to that, thinking that's another Thane. But yeah, I like the idea of Yasha going up against Tharizdun, breaking those chains. Although
Yeah.
I think breaking the chains would mean releasing him, so maybe keeping those
True.
chains in.
Yeah. Mend the main. The chains. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we might have
forge the
tapped there for a second.
chain forger. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I don't
I,
Invaded Sim. I don't talk about Tharizdun that much. It's a fine. Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
we don't. Yeah, we we use the name Tharizdun very sparingly.
Yeah,
In this podcast.
yeah,
Rarely do we ever come up with crazy theories about all that stuff. Yeah, I think the stream died there for a second.
yeah.
Um, I don't know what
We're
happened.
back.
It looked like everything was fine on my OBS's end, but it looked like YouTube was not looking
Yeah,
too
my
hot.
YouTube crashed.
But I don't know if it died for everyone. Maybe it did.
Where did we cut off? Was it during our Pumat discussion? Should we start again?
Yeah. How far back? How far back did it get cut off? Weird.
Okay.
Two podcasts in a row now. Where it,
Damn, and we just said the most insightful thing.
yeah, y'all missed it. We dropped the biggest revelation bomb drop that this podcast has ever seen, and y'all missed it.
It can't be repeated.
We can't. It the moment's passed. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Only the real ones know. Yasha is going to fight Tharizdun as the last thing. Wow, that was Yasha's nicknames. Yes, you do that. Dang.
And then it was after that the revelation.
Yeah, unlucky. I guess you'll just have to watch the VOD, and maybe we'll bring it up on the Discord. Join the Discord, and maybe we'll drop what we said there. Maybe. You won't know unless you're on the Discord. But even then, we might not even do it still. But anyways, do we have any other in fear of YouTube sabotaging our wonderful discussions again? Do we have any other topics to bring up? This is a very sad episode. Very sad.
It was a lot. It was it was a good length. I thought there was a moment there. Where was it? There was a moment that I was super worried Matt was going to end it, because there was. I think it was still in maybe the pub. I can't remember. People that were on the Discord chatting with me last night. Do you remember where it was? There was a moment where Matt paused, and I was like, "Oh my god, is he going to finish it? Like we haven't had any of these other conversations yet."
I think it was around the time where they were still with Caduceus' family.
Yeah.
And I think it was when Caduceus was coming back inside. I think after his whole thing, maybe.
But I was panicking there. But no, I think it was good because it's been a while since we've had a decently average long episode. I guess decently
yeah, that's
average.
True.
That's the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that was good. It was nice that it kind of went on for a bit. I'm wondering, do we know it's not next week, the week after the what date is that? The 1st of April is Good Friday. I don't know if they're going to break. That's
I don't know.
Friday. No, it's a Thursday. So no, that is right. I got it right. 1st of April is the day before Good Friday. I don't know. Do we know if they're going to have an Easter break, essentially, is what I'm wondering.
I feel like they probably will.
Yeah.
Which is scary because I feel like we're coming up on a good point for a cliffhanger.
Episode? Yeah. Yeah, I think we could see a big thing happening next episode, and then we have a 2-week break.
Yeah. Yeah, probably something like that.
They haven't in the past, Lynn has said. I think we've brought this up, and Lynn has said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
Brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm excited to see what Ashley is able to come up with, or how she's going to prove herself to the Stormlord. Really nice to see what she concocts.
Yeah.
Excited for that. Oh boy, Jacob says, "What did you guess of Malaya Smear?" We talked a little bit about it. I mean, it's clear that there's probably some kind of connection, and I know Alana was saying that there is some stuff in there in the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount that gives a bit of information into it. But ultimately, I don't think they're gonna touch Malaya Smear at all.
No.
It's just gonna be that unknown city that has some semblance of a connection with the corruption and all that stuff. But that's probably the extent of what we're going to get with Malaya Smear, at least in this campaign. Probably.
Yeah, I think so. I did see who was it? Oh no, I've lost it. Oh yeah, Beck saying that they want a crazy ad for April 1st.
Mm.
I don't think it could get much more than what this ad was.
Yeah.
I love the Nautilus so much. That was amazing.
Wow.
Just here, when it was still focused just on Sam and the blank spaces, hearing Travis giggling off camera, and then it cut to him like I tweeted
Yeah.
about it. They didn't even freeze his screen like they did with Laura.
Yeah.
They just said Travis,
Yeah.
and he's just like shaking, laughing.
It was so good.
Oh my god, that's so much fun because that is like just dorks being dorks.
Yep.
And I get that it's an ad. I get that they're selling us things. I'm an adult. I don't care. I understand that. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. Like it's funny. It's content.
Yep. And I'm here for it. Yeah, that was so good. That was so
They didn't rehearse and it was clear. Went off without a hitch. It was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, as do all of Sam's ads go. Just so smoothly. Could never even tell that he just did it on the fly. Always
good.
wonderful. But if that is all of our, oh boy.
I guess so.
If that is all we have to say, I suppose we can go ahead and wrap up as, oh boy. The final save before the boss battle. That is what this episode was. That is what this was. But I guess we can go ahead and start wrapping up. As always, thank you so much for joining us in this discussion and sort of rehashing some of the announcements I made. Please do join the Discord that we have pinned in chat right now, and it'll also be in the description of this video for when it goes live on YouTube. Thank you all so much for participating in chat, as always, and thank you to everyone who's going to be watching and chatting when this goes up on YouTube, or if you're going to be listening on Spotify or Anchor or wherever this podcast may find itself. We appreciate all of the support that you give, but if you are looking to further support the channel, you can become an expositor and join the expositor army. With the expositor role, you'll get special shoutouts, as well as access to member-only channels in the Discord, where all the members get to hang out and talk. You will also get access to Member Mondays, where I will be live streaming and playing games with all of my wonderful members and expositors. It's going to be super fun. The first one is coming up this Monday at 2 p.m. CST. Yeah. Super excited for that. If you don't want to become a member, there is also the option to just simply donate/tip the channel. The link for that is in the description below. You can tip through PayPal, I believe, or also just, with the credit card. But again, all of this is optional. Y'all being here and just hanging out and chit-chatting is wonderful enough. But I guess another announcement, Wednesday, something that I've talked a lot about, this Wednesday at 2 p.m. CST, I will be doing my Critical Role Campaign 2 episode tier list stream.
Oh my god.
Finally, I'm gonna do it. We're doing it. It's happening. It's gonna take
so long.
It's gonna take a while. We might not be able to do the whole thing in one sitting, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see how long I can go. It may turn into like a 12-hour stream. It may be 24 hours. Who knows? It all depends on how long I feel like I can go.
Oh god.
Oh boy, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. I'm super excited. Hit Dice Heroes is coming.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
We're back.
Finally. Yes, we're back. Guys, please check out Hit Dice Heroes tomorrow. It is our D&D show. That's what it's called, right? It's our D&D game that we play on the Hit Dice Heroes Twitch channel. I am the DM. Nico's a player. We're also joined by Maya, Kiralee, Phil. You've seen them around, I'm certain. It's a really fun time, and it's going to be a really fun episode tomorrow. We've got some fighting ring action happening. And yeah, it'd be so cool to see you guys there. I might, if it's okay with you, Nico, post in the Discord tomorrow when we go live.
Oh
So
yeah,
you can check it out as
100%.
well. I've put the Twitter in the old chat. So check it out, guys. It's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Twitch, on the Hit Dice Heroes Twitch channel. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We'd really love for some people to hang out with us.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm so excited. And we're in a fighting ring. We're in a fighting ring right
Yes.
now.
I'm so excited for you guys to do this
Oh,
specific
man.
game that I've made for
Oh,
you guys.
yeah. We're going to fight the
I've had it ready for, like,
champions.
2 months. You guys get to fight the champions in Flag Fetch.
Yep.
Not the
Nice.
coolest name, but it's a cool game.
Bro. Yes, but be sure to tune in. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
And as you may be seeing
playing
in... Yeah, yes, I'm playing a monk. I'm playing an OP monk. Yep. Yep. So if you want to see more monk action, be sure to tune in.
Yeah.
And a huge thank you to our new archivists, as the archivist membership has also launched today. With the archivist membership, you do get access to all of the perks that the expositors do, as well as access to priority in video suggesting, because the archivists are all about gathering all of the important knowledge in the world. And so I figured the archivist title would be perfect for curating only the most high quality of videos for us to watch during our streams. So a huge thank you to Beck Boops, Andrea, and Adam for becoming the channel's first archivists. As well as now, we are expanding our expositors. We have so many. So I am going to rattle off all of the wonderful members of our channel as I bring it up real quick. Oh, I should have had this prepared before all of this.
I'll point out too, all the lovely expositors. You can join the members. You might have said this already. The members chat in the Discord. If it hasn't gone through automatically, please just send us a message and we can add you to the expositor role.
I'm still setting up the automation, so they will probably still need to be manually updated. But yes, if you link your YouTube with your Discord, it should be automated, and it'll fix, hopefully, maybe. A huge shout out to Martin, Heather, 8-Bit Latina, Curtis Carver, Rez, DM Noob, Italosi, Annika, Alana, Ryan, Zach, Bearcake, Olivia, the Spanish Inquisition, the Inquisition that no one expects, the Hi Hawk, Catfisher, Scully Gully, Elliot, Robert, Delta, Nice, Dungeon Master's Den, Sid, Dangerous Wonder, Night Halser, Sue, Do, Nim, Amanda, Aveline, and of course, Melody Dark. Thank you all so much for your support. And I hope you all... What?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. Eventually, I'll probably just have like an end credit scene where it just, rolls everyone. I'm going to be losing my voice with how many members are. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you all so much for joining us, as always, for this stream. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your morning, day, evening, wherever you may find yourself. This glorious earth. Never forget to love each other and never forget to love yourself. It is very important. You are loved. You are important. You matter as always. We're almost there. I'm still psyching myself out of what the Mighty Nein are getting themselves into. It's
not good.
It's not good. It's not good. But before I freak out, I need to finish this send-off. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.